Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. Today, we're going to talk about what is a trust, why do I need one, and hopefully shed some light on this very complex topic. So before I can explain why someone may need a trust, we need to explain what the process is when you die, what happens to your money, what happens to your assets, your house, your stock, all the rest. Well, in California, there's a process called probate. And probate is a legal process through which the county that you live in goes through if you pass away and determines where your assets should be distributed or how they should be distributed. And they're going to use either a will, which is just instructions to a probate judge, or they're going to base it on applicable state law, depending on what state you live in. If no will exists, again, they're going to distribute it based upon state law, whether you like it or not. That's what happens. Typically, probate is a long process. It's typically costly, a lot more costly than we think, and a process that you don't necessarily want your grieving family to have to go through, either a judge to determine what happens or them to take the time to read through a will. In California, if you do a trust, you actually, if it's properly funded, you can avoid that process altogether. A trust is a legal document you put in place where it gives instructions to a trustee, somebody that you trust, to tell them how to distribute your assets. So you've assigned somebody already. You don't have to wait for a judge to do that. And normally by putting that together, you can put your wishes for your property, and you'll usually have supporting documents like your power of attorney for healthcare and property in case you're alive and incapacitated and you need someone to make financial decisions or healthcare decisions for you. So a trust is a great way to avoid the hassle. Your family, I guess you're no longer here if you're in that situation, but to avoid the hassle, put the proper documents in place. A lot of people don't end up doing it until later in life, which is fine. You want to make sure if you've just had a child and you bought a house, you need a trust, because one of the big decisions you have to have there is guardianship. I know my own wife and I, that was a bone of contention for us. So you want to make sure you have guardianship taken care of. You want to make sure that you have the proper things written and spelled out. It can always be changed as long as it's revocable, but you want to make sure to put that in place to protect your family from the fees, the hassle, and potentially your wishes not being carried out. So hopefully that helped you. The other thing I wanted to mention about a trust is you got to make sure to fund it. If you do a trust and you don't take the proper action to fund it, that's like buying a safe for your house and putting nothing in it. The document means nothing unless you fund it, meaning you deed your home into the trust, you move your assets and your bank accounts into the trust so that it follows the rules and the language and the road of the trust. Again, hopefully this is helpful, and hopefully you learned something about trusts, probates, and what you should be looking out for.